You can often tell how long a person will live after 70 by how they move through a doorway, not by the number of candles on the cake, nor by a single lab test, but by quiet signals the body broadcasts every day. Signals most of us never think to read. Tonight, we'll translate those signals into 7 proven signs you can measure at home or with a simple checkup. You'll learn why walking speed forecasts survival better than many blood tests, why your hand squeeze says more than you think, how a chair can predict independence, what your daily rhythm whispers about your heart, how your waistline talks to your arteries, and why belonging and purpose change biology. The surprise: tiny repeated habits can shift each sign in your favor. No punishment, no perfection. Small levers, long reach. Before we begin, look back over your last week. Did you catch yourself shuffling when you were tired? Did a jar feel harder to open than it used to? Did you go to bed and wake up at wildly different times depending on the day? Have you skipped calls with friends because you'll get to it later? Imagine how your next year would feel if you turned those little signals into quiet wins. Steadier steps, stronger hands, calmer nights, and conversations that make days brighter. Have you ever experienced this yourself? Have you ever wondered why doctors care about how fast you naturally walk? That's our first sign, and geriatricians sometimes call it the 6th vital sign. Usual walking speed, how quickly you stroll without trying, is a powerful predictor of health after 70 because it integrates so many systems at once: brain, nerves, heart, lungs, legs, balance, even confidence. If one part struggles, the pace often softens. Researchers across large aging studies have repeatedly found that people who maintain a brisker natural pace tend to live longer and stay independent longer than peers who slow dramatically. This isn't a race, it's physiology. Speed foretells survival. Here's how to measure it at home. Mark a flat 4-meter or 12-foot path in your hallway or driveway. Stand tall, take a normal start, not a running start, and walk at your comfortable everyday pace. Time the middle section, not the first 2 steps, to avoid the push-off boost. Do 3 trials on a good day, average them, and write the number down. Repeat every month. You're tracking your own trend, not competing with anyone. If your time lengthens noticeably, that's a friendly nudge to strengthen the legs and practice steadier walking patterns. If it speeds up after a month of practice, smile. You just moved one of the most important dials. How do you improve usual pace safely? Shorter steps, quicker rhythm. Therapists call this shifting from reach and break to step under you. Lift your toes as you swing the foot. Land the heel under your hip and let your arms swing freely. Walk toward the horizon instead of staring at your feet. Your brain organizes smoother steps when it sees the path ahead. Sprinkle in purpose minutes. 2 or 3 brisk, short bouts a day between rooms or around the block, not one long march. Add 2 strength deposits. Sit to stands from a chair and heel raises at the counter. 5 to 10 slow reps each, most days. According to the National Institute on Aging, the simplest strength work still improves mobility in older adults. One more quiet booster: morning light. Getting outside early helps your internal clock, and people whose days start with light tend to feel more energetic for walking. Light helps legs. A brief story to make it human. Ruth, 81, timed her comfortable walk at 20 seconds over 12 feet, then 24 when she was tired. She practiced toes up, step small around her kitchen island for 3 minutes each morning, added 2 sets of sit-to-stands every other day, and walked to the mailbox after breakfast. 6 weeks later, her everyday pace improved by 3 seconds. That sounds tiny. It wasn't. She caught herself on a tricky curb without wobbling. "I feel earlier in my own day," she said. Earlier is better. One dual fact reminder to anchor this sign. Walking speed reflects many systems. Quick practice improves many at once. Bigger payoff, less strain. Quiet power. Now grip my hand, firmly. That squeeze tells a story. Sign 2 is grip strength. It's not about arm wrestling, it's about overall vitality. Studies pooling tens of thousands of older adults have shown that weaker hand grip correlates with higher risk of frailty, hospitalizations, and earlier mortality, even when you adjust for age and illness. Why? Grip mirrors the health of your nerves and muscles, your protein nutrition, even your brain's motor signals. It's a summary score hiding in plain sight. You can test grip with a simple hand dynamometer if you have access to a clinic or community center. At home, use a jar test. Choose a medium jar you can just barely open when you're fresh. Try opening it at the same time each week, using your non-dominant hand first, then dominant. Notice the feel and whether you need tricks like tapping the lid. Track your sense of effort on a simple 1 to 10 scale. Better yet, ask your clinician to include grip in your next visit. Numbers help. Trends help more. How do you build hand strength in a way that lifts whole body resilience? 2 minutes, 3 times a week. Do 3 sets of 15 gentle squeezes with a soft therapy ball or a rolled towel, slow and controlled, resting between sets. Mix in functional grip. Carry a grocery bag in each hand for 20 to 30 seconds with tall posture, or hold onto the back of a sturdy chair and do heel raises while lightly pinching the seat. Pair it with protein. Researchers like Dr. Stuart Phillips have shown that older muscle still responds robustly to resistance work when there's enough protein distributed through the day. Include a meaningful source at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Grip grows with signal plus building blocks. Strong hands, stronger days. Let's tuck a gentle debunk here. My hands are weak because of age. Nothing to do, not true. Age changes the game. It doesn't end it. Even in the 8th and 9th decades, targeted grip practice improves function. Heavier doesn't mean better here. Consistency wins. 2 minutes counts. Use this short line as your cue. Walk a touch quicker, squeeze a touch stronger. Simple wins. Have you ever tried to stand from a chair without using your hands and surprised yourself? That's sign 3, chair rise power. The 5 times sit to stand test is a simple way clinicians gauge lower body power and fall risk. Time how long it takes to rise from a standard chair to full standing and sit back down 5 times, arms crossed over your chest. If you need to use your hands at first, note it and practice. Faster times and hands-free rises generally mean better leg power and balance. 2 pillars of independence after 70. Why does this predict so much? Because power, force produced quickly, declines faster than strength with age. The fibers that launch you upstairs or help you catch yourself if you trip retire sooner unless you invite them back into service. Good news, they accept invitations. Training is straightforward and safe when done thoughtfully. Place a sturdy chair against a wall. Start with 3 sets of as many smooth, hands-free sit-to-stands as feels comfortably challenging, resting between sets. If you must use your hands, place them on your thighs lightly as you rise and work toward less help over weeks. Exhale as you stand. Long exhales calm the nervous system and help you use legs rather than strain the back. Add a small power moment. On 1 or 2 repetitions, stand a bit more briskly. Never jerky, never on tiptoes. Then sit with control. If balance worries you, keep a hand hovering over the counter in front of you. Steady practice, steady rise. Chair power predicts freedom. Pair chair rises with ankle pumps and heel raises to encourage blood return from the lower legs. That reduces evening swelling, which, in turn, improves your night's sleep, an echo you'll feel tomorrow. Everything's connected. Legs lift nights. A story from real life. Daniel, 72, clocked 21 seconds on his first 5 sit-to-stands and needed his hands on the knees to get started. He practiced 3 days a week and added protein at breakfast. In a month, he reached 14 seconds, hands-free. After 2 months, he noticed an everyday win. He stood up from his low garden bench without bracing. His sentence, "The yard came back to me." That's what we're after. Your life returned. Here's the punchy dual fact. Faster chair rises, reduce fall risk. Fewer falls prolong independence. Safer body, longer life. True. If walking a bit quicker and standing a bit stronger are early predictors, endurance is the next one. Sign 4 is walking stamina, often measured by the 6-minute walk. Cardiology and rehab clinics use it because distance covered in 6 minutes reflects heart, lung, muscle, and motivation together. People who can cover more ground at their own pace tend to tolerate stress better and recover faster from setbacks. You don't need a clinic hallway to feel it. Pick a flat loop, set a timer for 6 minutes, and walk at a steady, conversational pace. Stop if anything feels unsafe. Record the distance and how you felt. Repeat monthly under similar conditions. Progress is the story, not perfection. To improve 6-minute stamina without grinding, use the 1-2-1 method. Walk 1 minute at your normal pace, 2 minutes at a slightly brisker pace that still lets you talk, then 1 minute back at normal. That 4-minute block, repeated twice, totals 8 minutes and gently pushes your capacity. Sprinkle 1 block before lunch and 1 in the late afternoon, 3 to 4 days a week. Add a friend once a week. Social walking goes farther with less perceived effort. Belonging extends battery life. A gentle correction to a common idea. If I can't do 30 minutes, it's not worth it. Wrong. Accumulated small bouts build the same engine with less strain and more joy. Micro walks move mountains. Persist. Short sentence for this block. Power predicts freedom. Practice it kindly. If you're finding this helpful, consider subscribing. We explore topics like this every week. Calm, practical steps that honor your body's wisdom. Sleep isn't a luxury in your 70s. It's infrastructure. Sign 5 is sleep regularity, the consistency of your sleep and wake times, more than the raw number of hours. Researchers studying older adults have found that irregular sleep-wake patterns are linked with higher risks of metabolic problems, mood issues, and even earlier mortality, whereas regular, aligned rhythms support better health. The body reads timing. Your clock craves cadence. How do you measure regularity? Look at the last 2 weeks. Do your bedtimes and wake times vary by more than an hour or two from day to day? Do you nap late and then lie awake at 2 a.m.? Do you hydrate heavily in the evening and then walk the hallway all night? You don't need a tracker to feel the pattern. Your mornings already know. To improve regularity without forcing sleep, coach your clock gently. Get morning light on your eyes for 10 to 30 minutes within an hour of waking. Cloudy counts. Keep a consistent lights-low hour before bed with lamps instead of overheads. Move all caffeine to the morning and front-load fluids. A glass on waking, another with breakfast. A bottle finished by early afternoon. A small glass with dinner. Sips only later. If your ankles swell by evening, elevate your legs in late afternoon and pump your calves for 10 minutes. That moves pooled fluid earlier so your kidneys don't wake you at night. Use a double void routine. Bathroom an hour before bed, and again right before lights out. If you wake at night, pause for 30 seconds and breathe. Sometimes the urge fades enough to sleep on. You're not chasing perfect sleep. You're aligning your day so sleep returns. Rhythm beats rules. Let me gently debunk the "I'll catch up on weekends" idea. Older bodies rarely bank sleep well. extra time in bed often fragments sleep more. Aim for steady times across the week and a short early nap if needed, 20 minutes before 3 p.m. Regularity matters more than heroics. Calm helps. A short line to tuck away. Dim nights, bright mornings. Your clock listens. Now to the sign most of us measure wrong. Sign 6 is the shape of your middle. Specifically, your waist relative to your height, not your weight alone. Abdominal fat, especially deep visceral fat around the organs, is strongly associated with insulin resistance, inflammation, and cardiovascular risk. After 70, a softer belly may feel inevitable, but the location matters more than the number on the scale. Waist-to-height ratio is a simple proxy. Wrap a soft tape around your waist at the level of your belly button, relaxed, not sucked in, and compare that number to your height. A lower ratio generally predicts lower risk. It's not about thinness. It's about where you store energy. What shifts this sign in your favor without misery? Timing and composition. Keep a steady protein signal across the day to protect muscle, yogurt or eggs at breakfast, beans or fish at lunch, tofu, chicken, or lentils at dinner. Pair carbs with fiber and protein to smooth blood sugar. Think berries with yogurt, beans with rice, apples with a handful of nuts. Take a slow walk for 10 minutes after your largest meal. Muscles act like sponges for sugar when you move right after eating. Sleep regularity helps here too. Irregular sleep disrupts glucose handling. Tiny evening swaps matter. Replace late sweet drinks with sips of water or herbal infusions that don't irritate the bladder. And keep salt earlier in the day so thirst doesn't crash the night. Consistent, calm steps shrink the danger ring. Gentleness works. A mini story. Mira, 76, measured her waist out of curiosity and didn't love the number. She didn't crash diet. She moved half her dinner starch to lunch, added a 10-minute after-dinner walk, spread protein through the day, and turned on a lamp instead of the TV an hour before bed. In 3 months, her tape moved 1 notch, her energy rose, and her knees complained less. Her words, "I stopped fighting my body. I started scheduling it." That's wisdom in action. Punchy dual fact to close this sign. Smaller waist, steadier sugar, calmer vessels, longer life. Powerful. Have you ever noticed how much easier everything feels after a good conversation? Sign 7 is the one most people underestimate: belonging and purpose. Decades of research, famously, the Harvard study of adult development, suggests that the quality of your close relationships predicts well-being and longevity more strongly than many classic risk factors. Separately, psychologists studying older adults find that a sense of purpose, having reasons to get up and something to move toward, correlates with better sleep, lower inflammation, and longer life. Connection and meaning aren't nice extras. They're biology. How do you measure this honestly? Count weekly touch points. In a typical week, how many conversations do you have that would leave you comfortable asking that person for a favor and offering one? How many hours do you dedicate to something that matters to you and benefits someone else, even indirectly? If your numbers are low, it's not a character flaw. It's a planning problem with a gentle fix. Start tiny. Every Monday, send 3 short messages. 2 to people you know, 1 to someone you'd like to know better. Thinking of you, no reply needed, is a powerful opener. Choose 1 recurring social ritual you don't cancel. Coffee on Wednesdays, a 15-minute walk after lunch with a neighbor, or a weekly call with a sibling. Add 1 usefulness hour per week. Mentoring, calling homebound neighbors, tending a shared garden, labeling family photos for the next generation, or teaching a skill you love. In long-lived communities, people rarely retire from usefulness. They right-size it. Belonging alters hormones. Purpose lowers blood pressure. This is not soft science. It's your nervous and immune system listening to your calendar. Let's place a gentle debunk. I don't want to be a burden. Reaching out isn't burdening, it's bonding. People are more grateful than you think. Waiting isolates. Asking invites. Make the invitation small, specific, and easy to accept. Walk to the corner at 10? Beats. We should get together sometime. Specificity wins. Short line to pocket. People buffer biology. Invite them in. If you're finding this helpful, consider subscribing. We share calm, evidence-aligned ideas like this every week. Habits that help you live wisely in your own rhythm. Now, let's knit the 7 signs into a living plan you can feel in your week. Begin with a 2-minute Monday check-in. Step 1. Note your usual walking speed by timing a comfortable hallway stroll once. Step 2. Open your jar and rate the effort. Step 3. Do 1 set of 5 sit-to-stands, hands-free if safe, and write the time. Step 4. Plan 2 6-minute walks this week. Step 5. Pick bed and wake times you can honor within an hour on most days. Step 6. Measure your waist at the navel and pair this month's number with 2 small meal timing tweaks. Step 7. Schedule your 3 messages and 1 ritual of connection. That's the framework. You don't need perfection, you need rhythm. A brief, future-looking note. Your phone can quietly help without taking over. Many devices can measure gait speed over a short distance, remind you to stand and walk after meals, nudge bedtime routines, and cue your Monday messages. Choose tools that disappear after they help. Technology should remove friction, not add noise. Let me give you 2 compact stories to anchor the second wind. First, Arlene, 74, felt old overnight after a winter of low movement. She picked 2 signs: chair rise power and sleep regularity. She practiced sit-to-stands 3 times a week and moved all caffeine to morning with a short morning light walk. Within a month, she stood up without hands and slept through most nights. Her walking speed improved as a side effect. Second, Sam, 80, had a stubborn belly and stubborn loneliness. He shifted half his dinner to lunch, added 10-minute post-meal walks, and joined a Wednesday fix-it hour at the library. 3 months later, his tape moved down and his phone buzzed more. You coming? Signals improved because life improved. Life improved because signals improved. Virtuous cycle. Keep these 4 micro mantras where you'll see them. Toes up, steps small. Squeeze, then carry. Lights low, nights slow. Text 3. Plan 1. They fit on a sticky note. They fit in a pocket. They move dials. A quick round of gentle debunks before we land. It's too late for me. Evidence from resistance training in adults, even in their 90s, says otherwise. Muscle and power still respond to signal. My pace is slow. I'll never be fast. We care about your personal trend, not your neighbor's number. I need big changes to move the needle. The body loves frequency more than intensity after 70. If I just lose weight, everything else follows. Abdominal shape and muscle quality matter more than the scale. Chase strength, rhythm, and waist to height, and weight usually follows. Clear goals, calm steps. Let's end with a soft summary you can memorize. A slightly quicker natural walk, a stronger hand squeeze, a faster rise from the chair, the ability to keep going for 6 steady minutes, regular sleep timing with bright mornings and dim nights, a kinder waist-to-height ratio shaped by timing and gentle movement, and friendships with a purpose. These 7 signs don't judge you, they guide you. You don't have to fix them all at once. Choose 2, nudge them daily, and watch how the others start to move. Bodies listen to kindness. Habits compound. If this helped you, you'll love our video on the 5-minute balance reset. A calm kitchen counter routine that strengthens ankles and hips, pairs perfectly with faster walking, and cuts fall risk while you make tea. It's a natural next step, not professional advice. Consult a qualified expert as needed. Always consult a qualified expert. And always do what feels right for you.